Alright folks, this is Saint Chad, and this is part 3 of our playthrough of Monster Loves You, as we go through multiple generations of monsters trying to unlock all of the different deaths. So we have reached Elderhood, and we are journeying to Carmen to choose one of these adventures. We'll go with the skull. You see bolts of lightning hit a strange rod on a roof and investigate. From inside the house, you hear someone shout, "Live! Live!" followed by maniacal laughter. You listen at the window and hear a maniacal rant. This human is building a creature out of other humans. Dead humans. That sounds familiar. You knock on the door. The human lets you in and nods with a crazed look in his eye. He shows no fear. Odd. You explain a few things about slime and the power of monster physiology. The human takes notes and thanks you. Later, you hear that his creature has done quite a lot of damage in Carmen. They're not happy. Well, that kind of worked against us. Okay, let's politic. Jaggery drinks deep from a jar of cider. He belches and the air goes wavy. Jaggery raises one claw. Humans. Humans are stupid. Lazy, worthless, stupid. And I'll fight any monster who says otherwise. I'm not very clever. But I am kind. Drawing on your own experience with giving and helping other monsters, you select several excellent examples of human kindness. Jaggery himself is too tipsy to consider it, but everyone else is quite impressed. Okay, let's go back to Carmen. You're hiding in a shiny wood building. Two humans are holding hands in front of another human. He makes a lot of noise about a witness. The other two look around, disappointed at the empty room. They're delighted. The humans all take turns talking. And talking. And talking. And... yes, eventually the two holding hands make kiss faces at each other. They sign a paper and hand it to you. You make a pretty squiggle. Beautiful. The pair thanks you profusely and you bow. Whoops, the hat fell off. The humans gasp, but you stand your ground, unafraid. After a moment, they thank you. Grepolis, puffed up with multi-syllabic importance, addresses the other elders. My fellow monsterant, he begins, I propose we meet the humans halfway. No, he clears his throat. I think we should learn from them and adopt human ways to become more civilized. Okay, I'm not clever, but I am ferocious. You throw a rock at Grepolis. He shrieks and charges. You slap him aside, then get several of his arms in a complicated lock. Everyone goes crazy at this. They love the idea of being like humans, at least this much. Soon you are inundated with requests to teach a class in blocking and locking. You're splashing through rain gutters when you spy a human on the steps below. She snuffles and sobs into a tissue. A crumpled letter lies beside her. You slide down a gutter and squat beside the human. She squeaks, then holds very still when you don't attack her. Finally, she says, you want to know why I'm crying? My parents say I must marry Ernst, but I do not love him. I just wish he'd go away. I am ferocious. The human takes you to the home of Ernst, under cover of darkness. She asks him to withdraw his proposal. Then when he refuses, you leap out of the shadows and shriek! Until he's sitting in a puddle of terrified sweat. She laughs at him. You're a coward, Ernst. Goodbye. She fairly beams at you for your help. The spine doctor looks up from her current patient. She's working a human knife free of a younger monster's ribs. Humans are dangerous. She says humans? No claws, so they make their own. Awful thing, knife wound. Takes twice as much milkweed to patch up as a jaguar attack. Best steer clear, I say. I am honest. Success! That scary knife, you explain, is used to spread jam on bread. Real knives are much worse. The spine doctor nods, a little shocked. You're in a secluded hiding place near the park. Suddenly, you see a human grab her stomach and fall over. That's the spirit. What will you do? You lay her down on her back gently and feel her belly. This rumbling calls for milkweed, a sure settler of such complaints. You dash into the park where you find a few pods of the stuff. Using your claw, you cut open the pods and drain the contents into the human's mouth. She moans and tries to push you away, but you hold her still and keep the medicine coming, just like the spine doctor taught you. Success! The human is soon standing unaided. Other humans come to help her, but she hardly needs their assistance. Advanced neurosurgery plus 15. I didn't even know that was a thing. The human brushes milkweed fluff from her chin and looks around for her savior. You're sure she's watching as you lope away. You're arguing with Elder Ymerg, who is much older than you, but a little slow on the uptake. She insists that humans don't farm chickens. You go on about how plump and delicious the chickens become under human protection, and how many eggs they produce in the wooden nest boxes. Ymerg rolls her eyes, unimpressed. I'm brave. You have no trouble getting onto a farm. You return with a chicken so fat it looks like a feathered balloon. Impressed, Ymerg accepts the chicken and takes a bite. Another elder says, maybe the humans do have some redeeming qualities. You're across the street from a coffee shop. Sniff! The human coffee they're drinking smells weak, even by human standards. In Omen Town, the monsters boil a terrible black brew, so potent it must be stirred with stones and bones. Every monster knows what real coffee is. So, do you want to help them out? I'm brave. As you step into the street, there comes a horrible honk honk and a screech, and your three swift-moving metal masses just miss your body. Success! You dodge, swallowing your fear to spring through a gap in the wall of danger. In the shop, you crack a whole bag of beans in your mouth and funnel them into the human machine. A human wanders over to the pot and helps himself. He takes a sip and starts choking. By the time he catches his breath, he's looking at the mug in his hand with a new appreciation. His expanded pupils let him see you leave the shop, and he raises his mug in salute. Your fellow elders debate. Are humans more dangerous now? Is it time to reveal ourselves? The air grows still. Birds stop singing. The silence is reverential. You turn and see the oldest monster sitting on a hovel roof, dwarfing it. It's watching you. The oldest monster tilts its huge head and raises one of its three scaly eyebrows. You speak without tremor or quaver, as though the most deadly monster in the world isn't waiting for you to finish. When you're done, the oldest monster is gone. Everyone murmurs and nods at your words, impressed. You're walking down an alley with a new paintbrush, almost new, fresh from the garbage, when suddenly, it's there. A human! Its face is red and angry, and it's coming right at you. That just confused him, and also you a little. Its face is red. Okay. The human growls in a deep voice. You came to the wrong neighborhood, monster. I'll teach you a lesson, good and proper. You try your best to explain the problem, and to your surprise, you're not interrupted by a beating. The human doesn't exactly agree with your take on the situation, but you've clearly given it food for thought. 2 days left. 2 more things to do. Canelo Aslet, electrical genius, holds his abacus, turning the rocks for you and the other elders to see. The calculations don't lie. All humans find out about monsters in 2 months. These figures are rock solid. Literally, we should prepare new hiding places. Canelo scoffs at you. I should remind you that I am far your elder among elders, and you make'nt sense when you say I make'nt sense. Canelo considers, then speaks. You're right. What was I doing? I wasn't full of my own pridings. 1 day left to stem the tide. An older human and many children sit in rows in a hot, echoing room. The older human drones on while the children look at everything but him. The windows, the clock, even your hiding spot. He's telling them about Lifeology. You know about that, but judging from his expression, he doesn't seem to find it very interesting himself. You burst into the classroom and everyone stops to stare at you. For one precious moment, nobody does anything. You begin by telling them that one must know one's own heart to work with the hearts of others. The children listen as you go on about compassion and its use in healing. You explain how kindness is the only real virtue, the origin of all others, and by the time the class is over, you're hopeful that some of the children will go on to become doctors. You leave surrounded by thankful humans. Alright, it's time. As you walk through Portland Square, you think on your past. Life hasn't always been easy, but you've built up your reputation. You are quite well respected. Though monsters have always feared and loathed humans in the past, your work towards improving relations has paid off. Monsters have come to respect and like them. Well done. Meanwhile, humans who once hated all monster kind have come to understand that monsters aren't terrible, evil things. Rumor has it that humans think pretty well of you. Shattering your reverie, a terrible commotion erupts. Elders and younger monsters alike are milling about in a great mob. Blots drops from a nearby roof. Humans! Humans are coming this way! Blistery says, that's wonderful, we can talk to them. It's true. Both monsters and humans meet deep in the whale mist. There is considerable shuffling of feet and paws. Everyone wants to talk, but nobody wants to make the first move. Yes, if only. A few of the other elders are looking at you, strangely enough. Everyone breathes a sigh of relief as you put your best claw forward. It's the first step of a long journey. A journey on which monster and human will cooperate in all things. Hey, we made it to peace, and so monsters and humans worked, lived, and played together for many happy generations to come. Hooray for the future. Alright, in the end, I did pretty darn good. Okay, and that is our first playthrough to Elderhood and Death. Although it didn't specifically say that we died. So we're going to go ahead and end a little early here in part 3 of our walkthrough. In the next walkthrough, we will start over again as a new little monsterling and work our way up, hopefully, to Elder again. That's never a guarantee. So, If you enjoyed the video, please give us a like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time for more Monster Loves You.